How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is Morning Garden, and I'm trying to do something right now that's just gonna be kind of tricky. I'm trying to upload a video for your watching later on. At the same time while I'm online, we'll see how it works out. May or may had the tree people out today, and they came out and took some branches out of a tree, uh, left me with enough uh, of the chips, wood chips to, do some projects. And I mean, I got a lot done today. They came here, and I like this new payment system that they have with some of the, um, with how you pay nowadays. They were out there working. Once they got neared being done, I went ahead and got on. Excuse me. I got online and paid him. He came to me and said, "So, will you be paying by credit card or check, or will you be?" I said, "Oh, y'all already been paid." He said, "Oh, well." That's what he said. Well. He's already been paid. This is a 6 o'clock show on Monday, and I'm going to stay for a little while, and then I'm going to head on and get some other projects taken care of. I have plants outside hardening off, and they're doing quite well. Um, they are cabbage, collard greens, kale, that sort of thing, and they're doing quite well. So that being said, I'm just having a terrific day today. Um, I mean, listen, folks, I'm gonna talk a little bit about this just because I had the right idea. I got the tree cut back. Peach trees are, and what's the other tree? Apples, and then I got one cherry tree in that location. So it let a whole bunch of sun in there. I'm happy about that. Um, uh, the guys did a great job. They didn't have. I didn't get a great deal of damage to the trees that were right below where they were working. They handled it pretty good. They knocked off a few blossoms. Um, but the thing about it was uh, the trees were bearing, stopped. I couldn't get them to bear anymore because the sun was being blocked. They would give them enough sun to start the fruit. And what did they say? I see. Oh, hello. How you doing? Your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try to. No, it's not going to correct because um, the problem is I'm trying to upload at the same time while I'm online. Like right now, I don't know if you good guys are actually seeing this right now. I don't know if you're actually seeing it. Let's see what we got here. Oh, hello, Nature 9 and family. Greetings, Morning Gardener. Yes, I had a power pack day today. I was just saying before you got here. I had a tree, one, two, three, maybe four trees cut back, big, huge branches taken out. So now my fruit trees can get sun after I can see you. Okay, you can see me. Great. And I got it done. This tree company came out here like they said they were going to do. It was another company came in. That's why it pays to shop around. One company came in and bid it on the job. He said, "I can do the job." And I dealt with him before, many years ago. Wish I knew about this company then. But he said $2,000 to do the job I needed done today. Plus, he wanted my boat moved out of the yard and that sort of thing. And it was like, I didn't want to do all that. I just didn't want to do all of that. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to pay that price. I just said, I don't want to do all that. So anyway, I called in another company. They came in. It was very professional, well run. I could tell it when I called the company, which is Arbor Care Tree Experts. That's what the company's called. And once they came in, once I talked to the young lady on the phone, and keep in mind, I understand they're trained to deal with you on the phone. So she was very professional. She listened. She got the information she needed. And she said, "Listen, we're going to send someone out." She told me a little bit about them. Of course, it was going to be favorable, but he was everything she said. He came out, he looked at the job, and he evaluated what it was actually going to take to do the job. And when the time came, which was this morning, they pulled up, and I heard the noise of the trucks because they were, pretty good sized trucks. And they were on, and they went outside, and they were walking around the yard looking at areas where they could get the bucket truck. They call it the bucket truck in the yard. And I thought that, look at the size of that truck. But that guy, young guy, he wheeled that truck up in there. They used something called mats. And good afternoon, Morning Gardener and gardening family. Yes, these are family. These are family here. Came out, he started hacking away at that tree, and I looked at how massive that tree was. The branch that came across and blocked out my apple trees, and immediately, I mean, they were massive. They were like fingers. They were like blocking the sun. So what I did is I got a service in here, evaluated. They cut everything back. They came to the front of the property. They backed the trees up off my neighbor's house. They backed them up off the back of his house. And then my neighbor came out. It was nice of him. He said, "I'm going to pay for half of the job." And I said, "Well, thank you. Thank you very much." So one company said $2,000. Another company said $1,200. That's the one I got today. It said $1,200. They did an excellent job. Excellent. It was done professionally. And I wonder why I'm saying that, wait a minute, the other guy, how you figure that at $2,000? But he got me before, though. He got me before. He did get $2,000 out of me before. And that was 2 trees he took down, 2 large trees. Well, one fell, so it was actually 1 tree he took down. And I didn't know. And so, I just went ahead and gave him the money, and, that's what I thought it cost. Now I learned from friends and family, people have said to me, always shop around. Just like you do that fertilizer, always shop around. And so that's what I did. I gave another company a call. They came out here and beat his price. And I said, wait a minute, how could they do that for almost $1,000 less? But they came out, they had professional equipment. They were very professional, well-spoken. They did the job. I felt good about what they did. The tree was gone. It was hacking away on the door. Only problem he had one chainsaw that wouldn't run properly, and they put that in the truck, grabbed another one, and went right back at it. And they were knocking it down. They did it with a chainsaw and some kind of a bobcat that has jaws in front of it that would grab all the wood, so you don't have to keep walking back and forth to the truck. Beautiful job. They're trying to upload it, excuse me. I'm trying to upload it now. Now, he left the wood chips because I asked for the wood chips. I said, can I have the wood chips? And he said, yeah, sure. We backed the truck up, and where you want it at? And I told him, and he said, okay, got you. And the wood chips were dropped right there where I needed it. And when he dropped the wood chips, I had all kind of ideas in my mind. I said, okay, I'm gonna use these to mulch my containers. I'm gonna use these to mulch my garden. Also, I'm gonna use grass to mulch. Use them both. That's how I do it. I mean, to also be able to have moist, rich soil and feed the biology in my soil. And so the whole key to this whole thing, I looked at some of the soil in my yard, and I couldn't believe that was once a clay soil. The soil is so pretty and black, and you could just shove your hand right through the soil. And I said, wow, it took me a lot of work to get it to this point. So, I really enjoyed it. So I was getting ready to start outside putting something in the ground today, and I said, you waited too late. It's getting ready to get dark. So only thing I could do was sprinkle some seeds on the ground, which was what they call them, beets. I think they call them beets. Yeah, beets. And then the other one, I was going to sprinkle some. Well, I still might get a chance to do it. Uh, I might sprinkle some turnips on the ground, seeds. I mean, because all right, we got everybody in the room today. There's good family members coming in. Yes, but I got to tell you, folks. Um, I got to tell you, it felt so good getting that done. It felt so good. I got it done, and I got all my seedlings. They're growing fine in containers. Uh, I'm a little bit concerned about some peppers that I have because one evening I had the thermostat to my um, heat mat on 90. And I said, wait a minute, that's 5 degrees higher than what I would like, between like 80 or 85. So maybe I still got a chance and they're still okay. But I haven't seen any of this. It's been almost one thing about my thermostat that I have is it's kind of it's kind of difficult to operate. That it is. It's difficult to operate, in my opinion. Greetings, kitchen and plan. And I can't wait to see this year when all of the people that I've subscribed to their channel. I've subscribed to just about everybody that has a garden and has a decent show. I don't like to, get with shows that they just advertise stuff on it on their channel all the time. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. Me, I don't want to do it. And so, I think that even people that aren't experts at gardening, I subscribe to their channels because I like to see people grow. And I've seen some people that have done some amazing things with their garden. I'll give you a good example. Nature 9 and Family did some incredible stuff. You got Miss Miller. It just goes on and on. You got Backyard. Was it Backyard Garden? I just don't want to name because and the key is soil. The key is soil. I spend more time being concerned about my soil than I do about anything else. My soil is key, and I know that. So when he cut that tree down today, or cut the tree, well, let's just say he trimmed it up. And when he did that, I knew I wanted those wood chips. And I kept thinking about, that's going to be a great thing to have right about now, instead of going out and paying additional money for gas for the lawnmower and cutting grass. I said I already have the wood chips, but I am going to use the grass clippings to add to my garden, because it's going to be certain plants that I want to give an extra boost of nitrogen, and that'll be the grass clippings. So that's how that works. And it's going to improve my soil. It's going to definitely improve my soil. But I looked at trees, everything in my yard, folks. I got to tell you this, good people. Trees, peaches are wide open blossomed. Apple trees are blossoming. But wait a minute, the apple trees are a little slow. They're a little slow. But I got one apple tree over there, the one that I kept talking about that I put on top of the soil. It's kind of behaving slow right now, like it's still in winter mode. But hopefully, I'll be able to, have it to come around and be successful. Now, I still am concerned about the grapevines because they don't look very good. But I want to see, by just simply allowing for the grapevines to show me what they're going to do. If they're not going to do anything, I still thank God I kept backups, because I have a grapevine. It's not a lot of money, but I paid $12 for that grapevine. And when I bought the grapevine, I didn't know that someday I would hurt my knee, going to work, and that the weeds would take over and put a big mat over the top of everything back there. And it held on to it for weeks on end until the winter came in. So if those grapevines survived, it would surprise me. Now, I do know that the um, kiwi, one of my kiwi plants, that's gone. That's gone. I mean, I looked at where it was planted, and I can't even see any signs of where it once was. So I said, wait a minute, what about the grapevines? And I break off a piece, and it's completely dry, like a wooden match. And I said, okay, let's see what's going on here. You still have the the red grape. As we got that going, and you still have one in a pot. That's the large um, white grape. You got that. You still have that, and so you're still good with that. So you haven't lost anything. Yes, you did, because you got a grapevine that was there that was like 8 years old, and it's probably dead. So I don't know. Now, if it come back this year, it would surprise me. And actually, I want to go out there now and take a look at it. It's starting to turn dark, but it's. I look seen times before where my grapevine would look completely dead, and it would do nothing but just start leafing out as the weather got warmer. So that's how that is. So tomorrow, containers and fix up some real nice soil pots, because I got to tell you, folks, the ginger that I started in my kitchen. Oh, hey, how you doing, Food Farms Permaculture? Hello, greetings. Nine. This is a new. So what's it? Newell. Hello, how you doing? How you doing? And the thing about it is, the ginger is acting crazy. I got it growing all in the kitchen, and I'm looking at it, and I'm saying, "Oh my God, it! I haven't even got it outside yet, and it's already reaching for the stars. It's coming alive. It's busting through the soil. They're in pans that are about one is in pan that deep, and one is in a pan this deep, and all I put them in there was to hold them over for winter. I like to do that to get them started, to get them growing some root structure, and then once I get that going, then I move them from there outside. Now, do I want to put them outside right now? I don't want to put them outside right now until I'm certain that we're not growing in the kitchen. It's got it's in the pan. I watered them. Another real stinky uh, fertilizer I use. It's a liquid. Wait a minute. Here it is. That's what I watered it with. And I take one scoop per gallon of water. And this stuff stinks, but it works. Yeah, it works. So ginger is not grown for yet. Tried twice. Please give me some advice. Well, let's see now. A lot of things could be going on with ginger. Here's what I did. I went to an Asian store. Got tired of buying them from the American stores because the American stores were some of them store, and they had these huge pieces in there. I mean, big, huge pieces. I said, "Wow, this you can't plant this. It's too big." And I said, "For the heck of it, plant it anyway. Plant it." So I took the ginger. I put them in a warm container of water, and I left them there all night. And I let them swell up. They get firm, full of water. Then the next morning, I put them in soil. Now, ginger takes quite a while to get started, so that's why I start them in the winter, and I let them come all the way up in soil like a pot, and I put them in a decently warm area in the house, but in a dark area, I put them in there, and they do just fine. When you look in there, you're going to see that after a few weeks that the ginger started developing roots. And once that happens, you just put them back in there and leave them. And then when the spring comes, you take them out, you put them in the ground. I mean, excuse me. Well, I wouldn't put them in. I put them in containers. You could put them in the ground, but you got to have some really soft soil for ginger to be sending all on tubers all over the place. I mean, some soil is just like my soil is good, but it's heavy. So the ginger that I have right now is doing great. I bought some from the American store. I bought some from the Asian store. My choice is the Asian store. Bigger pieces, cheaper price. Uh, you're just going to do better. The American stores, little tiny little pieces, $3.99 a piece. I mean, $3.99 a pound. That's fertilize it real good. And I hope that the containers that I have get so full of ginger, I can barely get them out of the container. That's my goal. I can barely get them out of the container because the container's full of just pure, big, huge, healthy pieces of ginger. Now, I won't be able to use all this ginger. So some pieces will be used for seed for next year. And then we'll take the other ginger and you could dry them and save for later, or you could make teas from it. You could make sure other people have ginger. Because if you don't do them right, if you don't feed them right, because I think gingers are heavy feeders. If you don't feed them right with bone meal and blood meal if you don't feed them correctly, you're gonna get plant up top and very small tubers. I've done that in the past. I've also set them up where I grew large amounts of ginger, and it only was large amounts when I absolutely fed them. When I fed them instead of holding back on the see, sometimes when you be holding back on the fertilizer because you don't have a lot of money, you be saying, oh, okay, I gotta do all these plants, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. Tomatoes are heavy feeders, watermelons are heavy feeders, potatoes are heavy feeders. Most of your crop are heavy feeders. So when you don't put food down there, what do you expect to get out of them? Follow the instructions on the box. And if you have um, compost, use it, excuse me, use the heck out of that compost. Use it. Don't be holding on to it. Use that compost. Because when you use that compost, folks, that compost can do some magical things to your garden. It'll make everything grow bigger, sweeter, and just out of control. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. I got 7 thumbs up there. Thank you. Thank you. Well, this show's almost over because I got nine people in the room. I had one gentleman, one person here asked me, she said, what? That person said, thank you very much. That's the information I gave them about the ginger. Saying you got to judge your plants like yourself, just like yourself. If it's cold outside, to you, it's cold outside to them. If you know that you like to eat food, your plants like to eat food. How are you going to get a big, juicy, sweet tomato if you're skimping on the food you give them? You won't get it. You'll get some tomatoes because the plant gonna ration out what it can do. It's gonna say, "Oh, I don't have enough food to eat." So instead of me trying to pump out 10 or 15 tomatoes, I'm just gonna do 4 because I need to survive as well, so I can drop seeds. Well, I guess that should do it for me, folks. It's Monday. It's the 5th. Um, I'm happy. I am happy. I got some plants outside I got to get before it get dark and bring those. It's the time here in Maryland you start keeping an eye on the temperature because the last frost date here is supposed to be April 15th. I go 2 more weeks of plants in to an area where I can start putting them in larger pots. Rest good, brother. I didn't eat anything today. I know that because, well, yes, I did. I ate a cold cut. Ugh. It was good, but it's not food to me. It's not food. That's just a little snack. Beautiful. All right, folks, I got a video that's going to be up and you will see it. It's going to be Arbor, what is it? Uh, Arbor Care. You'll see the video and just check it out if you have time. Leave some comments if you feel a certain way about the video. I would definitely hire them again. You know, they did me right. And I'm feeling good because they did me right. I didn't even mind spending the money. I just looked at it and said they did a good job. And I'm hoping everything is all set now that the trees will do better this year because they're getting the sun they need. I mean, the sun's coming all back up in that area. Even my blackberries are going to do better because they're in that area as well. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. If you get a chance, buy you some blackberries. They're healthy for your heart, healthy for your body, healthy for you, help keep you away from cancer and everything. Blackberries. Get a plant. Once you get that one plant, you won't have to buy no more. Just buy one plant. How do I get cuttings from the blackberry? Blackberry is easy to get cuttings. They grow up, they come down, they touch the ground, and when they touch the ground, they send out roots. You clip them. But when you get the plants, the number of plants you want, let them grow up about 4 feet, cut them off. You can use those to plant as well, but cut them off, and then it'll start sending laterals out. Now, these laterals will allow you to grow more berries instead of getting just that long shoot that gets about 16 feet long. When that happens, you're going to get very few berries. You'll get berries, but there'll be very few. And just send out berries all over the place like a bush. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Morning Garden, and I want to thank you, family, for stopping by. Thank you. This has been a good day for me. Let's see, did I forget anything? Tree was cut down. Take care of your soil. Make sure if you got that hard clay soil, you're going to have to figure out another way to start planting because the roots go in the ground and they stop. And that's why you don't get a lot of food sometimes. That's part of it. Because they can't get oxygen and they can't move their roots down into the soil. Now, one thing is good about clay soil is that it's loaded with minerals and all kind of nutrients. It's loaded with that. But it's hard for plants to get through it. And if you want to do good with clay soil, one thing you got to do is don't till it. Do not till that soil. It only gets harder and more compact when you till it. And the other thing you want to do with clay soil is make certain that you just kind of get you a nice little manure fork and just lift it up in the ground, 8 inches, lift it back 4 inches, lift it. When you do this, you will allow the soil to be fluffier and you will allow for air pockets to be there. You can use them for ground cover. Okay, you say you can use it for ground cover. Yeah, but that's what you want to do. And you put your plants in there. Now, what I do, I plant in hills. I plant in hills because hills will allow you to set up a situation where you will not have the plants sitting in water because the roots will go down and the water will drain away from the hill. It will allow for more oxygen to get to the roots. It's a softer medium for the roots to go through. It's a win-win. You would come out better doing hills in clay soil. This is the Morning Garden. I want to thank you for stopping by. And I hope that you have a successful garden this year. It's very important that we get really good at gardening. I mean, really good at gardening. So on that note, I want to thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is the Morning Garden. And remember to keep on growing. Thank you.